melted glass.
Woo! Welcome to another Death Curse Society. It's the new year, everybody. Happy 2021. We hope it's going great for you so far. I'm Red Crank. I got the Colonel, and I got Zigzag.
New year, same as the old year. What the fuck?
2020 part 2, man.
Yeah.
It's the reboot. Ooh. We started off with an insurrection. I don't know where this shit is going, but I'll be shocked if we make it through January, honestly. But we have a bunch to talk to you about what's coming out in 2021 this year, and we're going to get into it real soon. Later on, we're going to talk about the most anticipated TV shows coming out. We're also going to be talking about the most anticipated conventions that we are hopefully going to be going to. Fingers crossed. And then we're also going to talk about some horror games. And then later on, we're going to discuss, will 2021 be a return to normal? Because 2020, as we all know, was not normal in any sense of the word. We're going to have a little discussion about that. Just a friendly chat, if you will. Colonel is not looking enthused about this at all. Nope, he is not. Before we get to any of that good stuff, please make sure to hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Follow us on all of our social media. And like they said in The Princess Bride, before you go storming the Capitol, let's go camping.
Have fun storming the Capitol.
You're going to Camp Blood, ain't you? You'll never come back again. It's got a death curse.
For Let's Go Camping today, we're going to be taking a look at all the films coming out in 2021 that we know of so far and we're looking forward to, especially in the realm of horror. First off, we're going to start off with the big one, I guess. I think it's probably the biggest upcoming release in our realm. It's Halloween Kills, coming from Blumhouse and Universal Studios. Ziggy, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited were you for Halloween 2018, and how excited are you for Halloween Kills?
I'm a mark for this kind of shit, man. I always go for it every time it's a sequel, any kind of sequel. I don't care. I'm always excited with the initial news. Always. Every time. And it was no mistake with this one. Same thing. I was really jacked up for Halloween 2018, and for the most part, I was satisfied with what they gave us. Repeated viewings, yes. There's definitely holes in the plot, man. It was what it was, and here we are again now. We were kicked off of last year with the COVID. We couldn't see Halloween Kills. Hell or high water, COVID or not, it's going to come out this October, and finally we'll be able to see the further adventures of Michael Myers and Laurie Strode 40 years later. And hey, man, I have higher hopes for this one than I probably should. It's the same time. It's Halloween. It's a pedigreed franchise, something we all built on and love. I'm set up for complete disappointment.
He completely just dumped on my question, didn't he?
What?
Scale of 1 to 10 for 2018, and then a scale of 1 to 10 for Halloween Kills.
I don't function in numbers, man. I got to tell it like it is. God damn it. But if you want me to dumb it down, here it is. Halloween 2018, I was at an 8. For the new one, I'm still at a fucking 8, man. I'm a fucking mark for it. Like I said, I can't help it. I fucking love this shit, and I'll be there and shit. I'm ready for my punishment. Yeah, thank you, sir. May I have another?
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Colonel, how about you? 1 to 10 on both the questions again.
18, I started off at a 10. We talked about it so much, I dropped down to about an 8. After multiple viewings, it dropped down to like a fucking 7. Mm-hmm. This one, going into it, as probably around a 7. I still, had the hangover from 2018. Then we get that beautiful teaser. Bumped that shit up to a fucking 9. I was like, oh. And unfortunately, COVID happened. We got that trailer, and I'm down to an 8. Should have just kept it that little teaser, man. I think they gave away too much. I'm looking forward to this movie being, like Zach said, 40 years later. And it's going to smell like fucking biofreeze and blue emu or some shit just to get through it. But fuck it. We're all suckers. We're all going to see it.
Did the recent release of like a new image of Michael Myers from the movie help your anticipation a little bit? How did those little drops affect you guys? Colonel, what about you? Something like that.
They're not helping me. I'll be honest, it's not like I'm going on my way to see this. Everybody's like, oh, new still from Halloween Kill. I don't give a fuck. I look at it for this. That's it. Yeah, cool. Well, I'm done.
Yeah.
I just want the fucking movie. That's what I want. I don't need more trailers. I don't need more fucking stills from the set. Bring me fucking October. Unfortunately, we got 9 months to go.
That's the hard part, man. I mean, 9 months, these kind of 9 months is going to be rough. Ziggy, what about you? Were you excited when you saw the new image that they released last week?
Blumhouse does get one thing right, and it's the promotion and the releasing of timely cuts and pictures and occasional trailers at the right time. This picture is cool. It looks good. So, yeah, I got excited when I saw it. I went, okay. He still looks the same as he did in the last one, so that's good. It's not a completely different fucking mask like every Halloween sequel, so, yeah.
This one's going to be more green, kind of like the Grinch, instead of the pink that was in Halloween 6 or whatever.
I'm an idiot. You're an idiot.
Not funny.
I'm making predictions right now. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but please don't let me be right about this one. See, here's the thing. I see one horror news site drop this photo, and I'll open it, and I'll look at it. And it's normally a short article, less than like 50 words. We got this new photo from the set of Halloween, blah, 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 blah. And then I see every news site dump it and repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. And I can't even look at social media without seeing this goddamn picture like 15 times. And then I see shows like us that do 5-10 minute videos over a photo. Yeah, that's one thing we're not going to necessarily do ever. Or very often. Individual photo just does not get me as excited anymore. But it's just Mike standing there, waiting for something to do.
It's the websites that go, hey, new plot details released. And then it's just the picture, and then they speculate just to get you to click their shit, So, like I was with 2018, at this point, I've seen enough. I don't want to see anymore. I don't want to know any more of the plot.
There is one more thing I would like to see before Halloween Kills is released. I need the still from the set, him being fucking just waving like that, because that's all he's fucking got. He gives it 3 fingers. Give me 3.
Would this be his version of the shocker now?
I guess.
New move in the bedroom, the shape.
Oh,
Ooh.
we might be on to something.
I'm gonna wait. Who the hell am I gonna test that out on? Never mind.
Test it out yourself, buddy. You're still in the thing. I don't know. Put it on OnlyFans. People will watch it.
OnlyFans.
No. What's this OnlyFans shit you're talking about? Director David Gordon Green and even Jamie Lee Curtis has gone on record saying that this movie is a lot more brutal. A lot of killing in this. How does that excite you, Ziggy?
Oh, yes. I'm very excited about this. I hope we just have some good practical footage to look at. That's what I want. You know me, man. I'm all for it. This will be completely and quickly highlighted on the Zigzag Zone if it does deliver with the gore. Believe that.
I think that was a subtle way to plug that he just recently released a new Zigzag Zone that you can check out on our YouTube channel. Do you think David Gordon Green can back up when the film comes out that this is a brutal movie?
I fucking hope so, because everybody knows me and Zach are fucking gorehounds. We love this shit. When you talk brutal and Halloween, if you're not topping or at least matching Rob Zombie's Halloween, the first one, because that's brutal as fuck.
Yeah.
If you're not at least matching that, to me, you failed. I mean, maybe by 2021 standards, yes, you did great. I know I'm going back to fucking, hate to say it, 15 fucking years and longer now, but that's pretty fucking brutal, man. That movie is fucking brutal.
So yeah, one of the ones we're most excited for, Halloween Kills, regardless if we can see it in a theater or if it gets released on demand. I'm assuming by then things will be cleared up and hopefully things will be mostly back to normal. We'll talk about that later though. Next up on our releases, the spiritual sequel to Candyman from producer Jordan Peele, writer-producer Jordan Peele, and director Nia DaCosta. Colonel, I know you're a huge Candyman fan, so what do you got?
This one was probably hands down the movie I look forward to the most in 2020. Unfortunately, here we are. We got a majority of these. We had to wait quite a while, but my enthusiasm for it has not dropped. I am expecting a great film. Based on the trailer, I just like how Candyman's different representations, I guess, through the years. I don't know. I got to see to find out. I'm fucking pumped. I'm probably setting myself up for a huge letdown, but the team behind it says it's going to be at least good. Maybe not great, but at least good. That's a good fucking movie right there.
Totally looking forward to this, and I hope it doesn't suck, but I do have faith in the team as well, and I do think this will probably be one of the highlights of 21, for sure.
It's definitely up there on my list. I'm interested to see how Tony Todd is involved. I'm interested to see how the new actor that is going to maybe not immediately portray Candyman, but from the trailer and from what we've heard, it looks like he gets possessed by Candyman and then goes through a transformation throughout the movie to take over the role, is what I'm kind of assuming is going to happen. I'm interested to see that. Now, granted, Jordan Peele as a director went through this already a little bit with using the same actors in Us to portray two different versions of themselves. The casting that he did for that, the way he made them act as different people was fascinating. And then, of course, the twist of Us was pretty cool. So I'm interested to see what he can do with the Candyman as he progresses through the film. That, to me, is going to be a very strong plot point or thing to watch in the film. So that I'm looking forward to. This one's in my top 3, definitely, I would say. So Candyman releases August 27th in theaters. That's the plan for now. We'll keep you posted.
Good way to kick off spooky season a little early.
Next up for our most anticipated films of 2021. Now this is the one I'm most looking forward to. And the reason I'm looking forward to it is because I have to see how dark Chris Rock can take the Saw series. It's Spiral from the Book of Saw, written and produced by Chris Rock and starring Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson. This has all the makings of an abject failure, but for some fucking reason I have high hopes. Ziggy, what about you? What are you looking forward to on Spiral?
This movie looks to be, as Samuel L. Jackson would say, a motherfucker.
Motherfucker. You're a smart motherfucker. English, motherfucker. Motherfucker. We're not gonna store the motherfucker. I'm on the motherfucker. I'm a mushroom cloud laying motherfucker. Ha. You're closed, motherfucker.
It looks good, man. And how could you not go see this and want to see what a comedian's take on this stuff? Anyone that has seen anything to do with this movie has come out saying, this is a side of Chris Rock you are not ready for. That's the kind of shit that gets me to come see this right away. I love the fact that they're in it, Samuel Jackson in it. Fuck yeah, man. This is good. How could this fail? Are you kidding me? This is going to be epic.
This is the first time Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson have ever starred in a movie together. Am I wrong? That's kind of a big deal. These are two top-notch, one top-notch actor and then one almost higher than top-notch comedian joining forces. Honestly, Chris Rock's not a great actor, but he's funny as shit. And he's got one of those wits and minds that can always look at something from several different perspectives and find the funny look at it. Is that going to translate into horror? I don't know. Colonel, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because, let's be honest, as the Saw franchise went on, were you really there for the story anymore? I don't know about you guys. I was there for the traps and the fucking gore. After about the third movie, I checked out on that story. To me, it just got stupid. The twist for a twist's sake, just because that was the formula of the franchise. So this is one that's definitely in need of a reset. Here comes Chris Rock, and long line of comedians making the transition to horror. So far, they've all done a great job. Danny McBride helped write Halloween. Humor didn't quite translate, I didn't think, in the movie other than the kid. He was fucking awesome. But then you got your success stories, Jordan Peele and John Krasinski. You know, if you're a comedian, you're pretty fucked up in the head anyway. So I'm looking forward to it. I think he can pull it off. It's going to be weird seeing him be super serious, and it's kind of weird seeing him without his goatee. He still looks like fucking Pookie from New Jack City.
New Jack City, baby.
Oh, man, I know I look like stir-fried shit. Man, I know that. Man, don't hook me up with some food, man. Come on,
Look,
man.
Still.
I'm so intrigued by the idea. Even when they announced it, at first I was like, oh, fuck no. And then I got to thinking about it. I was like, you know what? Why the fuck not? And the fact that he kind of lobbied for this really encouraged me too. That he went to the studios and wanted to pitch this idea. Even they were hesitant at first. Like, excuse me, sir, Chris Rock wants to see you about the Saw series. Yeah, tell him I'm at lunch. That probably went on for a month, and he finally got in the door and pitched an idea that was good enough for them to be like, damn, this motherfucker's got something worth looking at here. Let's pursue this. There's a lot behind the scenes that is making me really want to see this movie. I'm looking forward to it. This is my number one. I'll be honest with you right now. Probably this one, number one, Candyman 2, if I had to rank them, and Halloween Kills 3. So, Spiral from the Book of Saw comes out May 21st in theaters. The next film we're going to be talking about is A Quiet Place Part 2. Shh. A Quiet Place Part 2.
Huh?
Oh.
Colonel, what do you think? You looking forward to John Krasinski's return behind the camera?
Just being completely honest with you, it's not that I hated the first Quiet Place. I dug it. I did not dig the monsters. And the fact knowing that this is pretty much just a cash grab, like, oh, it's successful, let's go and pump out a second one. Well, they're all cash grabs, let's be honest, but still.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Aren't all sequels just cash grabs mostly?
They are, but this one just, I'll see it because I have to, but it's not even, honestly, it's not even on my radar.
Colonel, not a fan of A Quiet Place. Ziggy, how about you? What do you think?
There's always room for stories like this in the horror world, so I'm okay with it coming out. And the first one was decent. Wasn't bad. Had good heavy moments in it. So this time we're coming back with a prequel. They had that element of surprise with they're not sure what the fucking monsters are, even more so, I guess, this one. So it'll be interesting. It looks like they show them a little bit more, at least according to the trailer. So yeah, man, monster movie, hell yeah, bring it on.
There's just nothing to look at. I'm sorry, I thought the design was terrible.
They're those giant daddy long legs spider, creepy crawly insect things. That's about what they are.
Fucking legs, like that's essentially all they are.
They almost look like something out of the forest, if you really want to think about it.
Maybe they'll explain it a little more.
You guys just aren't that excited for A Quiet Place Part 2, huh?
I'm okay with it. I'm not as down on it as Colonel is, but yeah, man, I said there's plenty of room for this. I'm all for it.
I didn't say there wasn't room for it. I'm just giving an honest opinion. It's not one of the ones I'm really looking forward to. It's like, even before all this, I was like, yeah, has to be better than Fantasy Island. like I said, the first one, just the monster design ruined it for me. So you're right, it had its high marks in it, especially when she stepped on the fucking nail. She couldn't scream or anything. Come on, that was a good fucking scene.
This one, it seems like they don't have John Krasinski in it a lot. If this is a true prequel, I think it'll be interesting to see Emily Blunt and her character and the kids carry that story until they are able to reunite with Krasinski's character. I'm not super hyped for it, but I think by the time April rolls around, I'll be so ready to get back to a theater and see a movie. And this is one of the early ones that come out horror-wise that I'm anxious to see. I think I'll be more excited for it then. It's just now we have to wait until A Quiet Place Part 2 comes out April 23rd. What about The Conjuring? The Devil Made Me Do It. Another entry in the Conjuring universe. What are you thinking?
You know, The Conjuring is just, of all the watered down kind of horror that's out there, they're like a little more flavor on them than most of those. So I dig the Conjuring universe. I dig the Warrens, man, and anything they do with their stories, I'm into it. They were the creepiest moments of anything in this series involves them when they're there, and I love the way they take it on. I dig the Conjuring stories themselves because, like, unlike The Nun, where it was more about atmosphere, it didn't really have the scares like The Conjuring gets you. And The Devil Made Me Do It. That's interesting, isn't it? What a neat title. That's going to be intriguing to see what they're doing with that. Okay, bring it on. Sure. I'm always down for another Conjuring film with the Warrens. Absolutely.
Colonel?
Well, for one, I never made anybody do a goddamn thing they didn't want to do.
Oh.
I did not make anybody do a fucking thing. And two, yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Hey, you know why? I was an idiot. I did my 6 months HBO Max. That's right before my subscription's up. So I can watch this one from home for free. Fuck yeah. Honestly, that's what I'm looking for most of. It's right there on the fucking borderline for the 6 month subscription ends.
You signed up for HBO Max?
Yeah, I did.
Ziggy, did you sign up for HBO Max too?
No, not yet.
Okay. Not yet?
Like Zach said, the Conjuring movies, they're fun. I know what I'm getting. It's fucking cookie cutter. It's cookie cutter. You don't have your jump scares. Hopefully they get me, because honestly, the best jump scare so far in the Conjuring series was from the first Conjuring. Even though I've seen it in the trailers, it still made me jump the whole right by her fucking. I was like, in the theater. Every other one we watched since then, especially for this, I kind of sit there, you know when it's coming. You know when it's coming. Don't let me know when it's coming. I want to literally jump watching this film, especially at home.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
It would be.
I can't remember the last time a jump scare has actually made me jump.
The Invisible Man did get me though on that one, which dumped the paint on him. I knew he was there. I fucking knew it, and I still went.
Right. But you know, I go to movies with some friends every now and then that will like fly off the seat, like, and damn near climb over the back of the seat just from some reaction. Now,
right, that's more startling than the actual movie sometimes.
Right, I'm
around you
out by them. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
That would be nice to feel like that again, man. We're so desensitized to this shit. It don't even bother me anymore. I'm like,
The Conjuring, the devil made me do it. The third movie yeah, you did. Yes. According to them, you did. The Conjuring, the devil made me do it. Coming into theaters, June 4th.
Didn't say the bearded menace made me do it.
One more that we've got pre-selected to talk about that I'm kind of looking forward to, Antlers. And we do not have a current release date for it right now. It's just been pulled from release. And I think they're just waiting to figure out what the hell is going on with the theaters, what the hell is going on with coronavirus before locking down a firm release date.
see, this is one of the ones I was looking forward to a lot at the beginning of last year because everything on our list so far, what is it? It's a fucking franchise. Of course they're going to go out in theaters. They know they're going to make their money. This one, I want a damn release date because I want to see it. Come on, you have a story about Wendigos, all right? You don't really have that in mainstream horror right now. No. It's a new take. It's a new story. I'm looking forward to this. Maybe not as much as the other ones, but I have high hopes because I don't know what I'm going to get. Honestly, I still don't know what I'm going to get because they won't give us a fucking release date.
You made a good point there, though. This is the only original story that is coming out this year that we know of so far, anyway. Everything else is a sequel or a prequel or a reimagining or a spiritual sequel. Ziggy, what about you? Are you looking forward to Antlers?
Well, yeah, but what I'm curious about is what money is behind this that's getting it to push that it got to even get up mentioned with the titles we've already talked about and to get the big theater release. That's what I'm wondering about because, a lot of times bad movies make it up just because it have some dough behind it. But it is an original story. Colonel nailed that, and that's what is so intriguing about this title. This is something we haven't seen before. Bring it on, man.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, this was supposed to come out in either February or March of last year, and that's right when the pandemic struck everything down. The last release date I had was sometime in February of 2021, but they recently pulled it from the schedule a month or so ago and just said, look, we don't know. We'll let you know when it's coming. I've been looking forward to this one, though. This is one of those that, everyone wants to talk about Halloween Kills. Everyone wants to talk about Candyman. This is one of those that I'd kind of stand off to the side listening to people talking about, horror movies in 2021. And I'm like, Antlers? 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 Anybody? Antlers? Anyone? They just kind of look at me like, who the fuck are you? I'm curious. I don't know much about it. And I'll be honest, it'd be nice to have a little bit better of a Wendigo story in film other than 2001's Wendigo. Not a bad movie, but not a great movie either. Like I said, we don't have a release date for Antlers, but keep your eye out for it. We'll let you know as soon as we do know. Colonel, any other movies that we haven't talked about yet that you are looking forward to in 2021?
Well, for me, this is in my top 3. This is probably my number 2, right behind Candyman. Terrifier 2. Yes, the return of Art the Clown. Movie we were supposed to get late last year. Obviously, COVID fucked up, the filming schedule and this and that, and it got delayed till this year. I got to see the new The Scene. Damien, David, they've all been hyping this up. Like, you guys got to see this. I can't wait till you guys see this. It's going to blow your fucking minds. I'm buying their hype. They're small, independent people. I don't think they're going to blow smoke up our ass just to blow smoke up our ass. And the trailer alone is fucking badass. Art the Clown, the new slasher for the new generation. Unfortunately, with small independent films, they're having a hard time finding a distributor for the film. Fingers crossed it comes out this year. I have high hopes and faith that it will. Hopefully by October, because that's going to be the perfect time for a brand new Terrifier movie.
What about you, Ziggy? Is there a movie that we haven't touched upon yet that you're looking forward to in 2021?
I'm so glad Colonel brought up Terrifier 2, man, because that is probably number 2 on my list, if not number 1 even. Again, it's a sequel, but still it's a new original character. He's still shiny and new, you know what I mean? Like that new toy when you're a kid. So I'm really excited about that. But there is another one that we kind of overstepped that we should probably talk about, and that would be Hearts of Darkness, the making of the final Friday, right there behind the Crankster. Adam Marcus telling his story and everyone involved telling their stories on the making of Friday the 13th, Part 9. The stories, why the mask isn't there, everything about it. Oh, shit, man. This is going to be good. And the Death Curse Society is in this motherfucker. It's a documentary. I get it. It's not a mainstream release. But as a Friday fan, fuck, man, who wouldn't want to see? And I'm telling you, we interviewed Adam Marcus a couple years ago, and he gave us just a couple of points that they go into in this documentary about Sean Cunningham, people involved in the making of it, who owns the shit, and what they said, and why it went the way it went. Those stories are fucking great, and I can't wait to hear them all fleshed out in Hearts of Darkness sometime this year.
Yeah, I did not include that on the list because it's not necessarily a narrative film. It's more of a documentary film. But yeah, of course I'm looking forward to that. Are you kidding me? We finally get, we as a group get a associate producer credit on the film. We are featured in the film for only a brief minute, but
quickly.
That's fine. Yeah, probably very quickly.
Don't blink.
Yeah. Wait, was that the Death Curse Society? Goddamn right it was. I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad I finally got my poster recently and got it hung up, autographed by Mr. Marcus himself. You mentioned meeting him a couple years ago, and he's just a nice guy. And I think I can say this without feeling like I'm over-expanding things. I mean, we've become friends in that last 2 years. Not great friends, not close friends. It's not like he and I are going and hanging out at his house and drinking mimosas every Sunday morning or anything like that. But I have a feeling if we are ever in the same area, we might go hit up a karaoke bar with a big group and sing a few Elton John songs together. Who the fuck knows? As he said on Monday Maniacs just a couple of weeks ago when he joined us for the show, they're in lockdown right now, still in LA. They've got 6 more interviews that they need to get done before they are finished filming the production. Cannot wait for it. We have been told it will be 2021. That's all we got to go on right now. Sometime this year.
I just know one thing. It's not anything I'm looking forward to. If it ever gets to the point where we are doing karaoke with Adam Marcus in LA, I call Elton John's Tony Danza. That's what I want to sing.
Tiny Dancer.
It's Tiny Dancer? I thought it was Tony Danza.
No, it's Tiny. No, the song is Tiny Dancer.
Shit.
Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza?
No.
Yeah. Sorry, I could have sworn it was Tony Danza. It's okay.
I'll let him know. I think that's one of his songs, though. I think he likes to do that. Maybe you can do a duet.
That'd be awesome.
And you can hold Adam Marcus close, like Tony Danza.
I'm telling you, it is Tony Danza. It's not fucking Tony Danza.
Look it up, dude. Guarantee you there's no mention of Tony Danza anywhere on an Elton John CD.
Whatever.
Guys, we got to take a quick break. We're going to come back and talk more about what's coming out in 2021. While we go, though, here's a list of movies coming out in 2021 with the release dates that we have right now. So check this out, and we'll see you in a couple of minutes. Woo!
Google this shit.
Be right back. Don't get dressed.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, totally.
Hey, how you doing, man? I'm Nick Castle, and you're listening to Death Curse Society.
All righty, gang. Welcome back to Death Curse Society. Colonel is still trying to figure out if it's Tony Danza or Tiny Dancer. You
fucking fake news, man. It says Tiny Dancer everywhere I look. It's fucking fake news, man.
I wouldn't believe it. I would just say it's what you say and just go with that. If you feel the need to, you can always storm Elton John's house and just tell him to change the name of the song.
I'm not going to take it that far.
Time for some stories around the campfire, ladies and gentlemen.
Security's probably better there.
I don't want to scare anyone, but I'm going to give it to you straight about Jason.
Hey, come back!
All right, we got a lot to cover in stories around the campfire. First, we're going to get into the most anticipated TV shows of 2021. Zigzag, what are you looking forward to?
I only got one, and it should be very obvious. Shudder's Creepshow. It's all I'm going to need this year. I'm really holding hope that they're going to redeem themselves from last season and deliver a home run for the entire season, not just select episodes throughout the run. I don't know, the Christmas one has me 50-50 on the fence so far, but this is the one I want to see the most. I dig Nicotero's approach to it, and I just hope that they can just kind of really bring that whole movie feel that we had. And I understand we had some bigger heavyweights involved with that too back then, but hey, there's no reason why we can't deliver some Creepshow goodness in the modern fucking day. Right?
Right. All right. Well, then that's the one for you.
That's it.
What about Colonel? What are you looking forward to this year?
For me, I'm kind of like Zag. I want to keep it short and sweet. I have one out of a few that I'm really looking forward to, and that's season 3 of What We Do in the Shadows. Obviously, they lost a member of the writing staff. Let me make sure I say this name correctly. Jermaine Clement. I know writers come and go on these shows, but sometimes one of the better writers leaves. The series takes a major downfall. I don't think that'll be the case, but who knows? I need more vampire wackiness in my life.
Whackings?
There are some whackings in there. I mean, you whacked off as ghosts.
Wait. Whackings or whackings? You know what I'm saying? What are we talking here?
Whackings and whackings.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Best of both worlds. All right.
It's the wackiest show out there, guys. All right, so you guys are neither of you, I know Colonel's not, but Ziggy, are you looking forward to the extended season 10 of The Walking Dead that's coming out starting February 28th?
Yeah, I'll stop in on it. Old habits die hard. I know we've kind of condemned it and pretty much walked away, but man, that last episode had some pretty good, what the fuck moments for me. I liked it. So they kind of got me back just to start. If they start killing me with more relationships behind the barn and stuff like that, they'll lose me quick. But yeah, I'm excited for it. Sure.
More whackings behind the barn?
Yeah.
Yikes. What about American Horror Story, Colonel? Are you looking forward to what they've got planned for this year, even though we don't know a whole lot about it or a release date?
Not really. I'll be honest with you. This is another show, series that keeps going on and on. While they did redeem themselves in 1984, based on the images we've gotten, who knows what's going to be? I'm kind of hoping it's going to be it's going to be like another anthology series where we get a different story each episode. Who knows?
That's where I'm kind of confused with the American Horror Story world, because we have American Horror Story that supposedly, according to a lot of speculation, is going to have some kind of mermaid theme to it, or a at sea theme. Don't know. That's just what they're talking about. And then we have the anthology series that's coming out maybe this year called American Horror Stories. They could have picked a better name for it, to be honest with you. But so you're more looking forward to stories rather than story. Is that correct, Colonel?
Yeah, that's definitely correct. Fuck story, especially when we do fucking mermaids, whether it's fucking The Little Mermaid. I know it can be scary, but fuck, I'm good.
I don't even know, man. To me, I'll stick to it. I still think it looks more like some kind of a body modification shop or something, or, where these fucking punk rockers go in to get the fucking metal put in and their teeth fucking sharpened and fucking, spikes put under their scalp and shit like that. That's what it looks like to me.
That shit's kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know. Nobody knows except for Ryan Murphy and his team. So we just got to wait until that comes out. We don't have a date for that yet, but hopefully soon. A couple more that I wanted to bring up. Prodigal Son, which just debuted its second season on Fox January 12th, just a couple of days ago. Probably I haven't had a chance to see it yet, obviously, because we recorded the show days before. But I'm looking forward to getting back into that world. And then whenever CBS decides to debut the second season of Evil, I'm really looking forward to that.
I'm going to throw one more in there. I'm not going to go much detail. There's nothing to give detail about. Again, another season of The Last Drive and the Joe Bob Briggs on show. That at least deserves a mention.
All right, next up on Stories Around the Campfire. Hopefully in 2021, we get to go back to the cons. Conventions of 2021. Colonel, which ones are you looking forward to this year?
I can say the one I'm looking forward to the most, because it's the one I look forward to the most every year, because it requires less travel than any other con. Horror Hound Weekend in Cincinnati. I had a great lineup last year, got canceled. They pretty much promised the same lineup. But again, here it is, early March, well, mid-March. Highly doubt it's even going to fucking go. The state of Ohio is even going to let it happen, so we shall see. But that is the one I'm looking forward to the most.
Well, and if we don't get Horror Hound in Cincinnati in March, then hopefully in September, we will get Horror Hound Indianapolis. If one gets canceled, hopefully in 6 months or so, things will be cleared up and we can get going. How about you, Ziggy? Are you looking forward to any particular ones?
Oh, yeah. I mean, if everything miraculously gets straightened out by March here, I will join the Colonel in Cincinnati. No questions asked. I'm there, man. But as far as where I'm at in Michigan, I've got Motor City Nightmares. They're still planning their thing. We got the Midwest Horror Con over there in Illinois. Looks pretty good. That one's shaping up. Obviously, we got Crypticon. And hopefully by May, everything's all straightened out. I can go to Oklahoma and get down with Crank at the Oklahoma Horror Con, man. There's a bunch of them. I want to go to all of them. My schedule's fucking full as long as this COVID thing blows over, man.
I'm looking forward to, obviously, any of the Horror Hounds that we can possibly get to. I will attempt to make the drive. I'm definitely looking forward to Oklahoma City Horror Con, May 15th through the 16th. Cannot wait for that. One more convention I want to mention that I was planning to go to this year is Texas Frightmare, which is the 1st of May. Only bad thing is Oklahoma City's HorrorCon is just a couple of weeks after that. And I know if I went to Texas, I would spend way too much fucking money down there. And then I would have nothing left for Oklahoma City HorrorCon. So probably going to have to pick one or the other when they're 2 weeks apart. And yeah, I got to support Rod and the boys for Oklahoma City HorrorCon, obviously.
Texas, we're coming, man.
We'll be there. We just don't know when yet. All right, let's move on to another topic, horror video games. There's a couple that we already know about coming out in 2021 that I'm pretty excited about, and I know these guys are ready for them too. Ziggy, which one's yours?
Evil Dead, man, has to be the number one choice there. We just got news just shortly before going on the air today that the character Pablo will indeed be included and a playable character in the Evil Dead game, something we weren't sure of till just a little bit ago. So yes. Absolutely. They had to have him in there, man, for sure.
We weren't sure about it, but it was pretty much a known idea that they were going to do that. But,
well, they had said way back, like a year and a half ago when they were working on it, they were still doing the show. And they'd mentioned it, that it was coming, or right after the show completed.
Right.
And they said, well, we're gonna do this video game, and all of us are in on it, the whole series. I mean, I even think they got Lucy Lawless, so we'll see. Also, there's one other one. It's just a rumor at this point. We're not going to get it this year. It's something, but we know, we have good source that Kane Hodder is working on a new franchise video game with Gun Media, the same company that brought us our beloved Friday the 13th. Probably in the same vein, asymmetrical, 7-on-1. But the rumor is it's going to be Halloween.
See, I don't know about that because, no offense to Mr. Hodder, he's not the right shape for a Michael Myers.
No pun intended. But he did come out right about the time all this would have been happening with him working with them again. He did say kind of a weird random tweet how he always wanted to play Michael Myers. So that leads to a lot of speculation, and that's all speculation, but still. Sure. Hey, man, they don't have to make him the shape of how he is in the fucking game. They can slim him down. He's just got to do the motions, man.
Yeah, that's true. They could always, digitally reduce him, I guess. But
in the rumor bin, that's all it is at this point. But if you're listening, guys, oh, yes, we're in. Where do we back this right now?
Colonel, what about you? What games are you looking forward to in 2021?
Obviously, number one choice, Zach already mentioned it, the Evil Dead video game. Little iffy about the game. Looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm just gonna be weird getting swarmed by hordes of fucking deadites. So that's a nice little twist that we don't get in the movies. And number 2, I don't want to speak too much on it because I know Frank is going to want to go.
That's why I didn't say nothing.
I'm very late to this franchise. The guys finally talked me into it because it was a price that I could not say no to. That is The Forest 2. Frank, I hand it to you.
Okay, well, if you're just going to just pass the torch like that, yeah. One of the ones I'm looking most forward to is Sons of the Forest. Now, the bad thing is, when it does come out in 2021, it's probably only going to be on PC. I guess I could play it, but I probably won't. I'll probably wait until PS4 for it, to be honest with you. I'm not really a PC gamer, or PS5, whatever. I'm not buying a PS5 anytime soon, unless Sons of the Forest is only available on that, and then, yeah, I probably will. Ziggy has played this game with me, or we got turned down to it by a fellow DCS friend and fan that we video game with on a regular basis, who's normally wrong on games, who recommends games like every week. Oh, you guys should get this. You guys should get this. You guys should get this. We get them, and then he never wants to play them again. And we're like, we spent $15 for what? Now, no, nothing. What? But this one,
yes.
Monopoly.
One time, he was right.
The plot is great. It has a really strong story, and then once you complete the story, you make your epic choices at the end, and it sets up where the game will go from there. It's all up to you.
They did know they had a sequel in mind whenever they finished the original Forest game. They knew where they were going with this. This sequel looks huge and a vast improvement compared to what the original The Forest game was. Sons of the Forest, I mean, the details, the graphics look amazing. The AI of the enemies looks more advanced. Like, there are moments when they're scared, like more scared of you. It looks like there's almost like a chain of command amongst the cannibals in this one, which seems really odd. It just looks really good. So yeah, those are the games we're looking forward to. Looks like Evil Dead, Sons of the Forest, and whatever.
Hopefully, yeah, somewhere up the road, probably next year even.
Whatever this Gun Media game is. Because you know what? Hey, I know Gun Media made some mistakes with Friday the 13th. We still play that game, Friday the 13th, 4 or 5 nights a week. Our last topic is 2021 going to be a return to normal. Colonel?
Simply put, without going into too much detail, because no.
You don't think so?
Yeah. What indicator is there that it's going to be?
Okay, vaccines.
But everybody's going to get a vaccine. I'm not an anti-vax person at all, but do you really trust this rushed vaccine?
It's going to be months before I'm eligible to get it anyway. So by then, there will be a little bit more information out there. We'll know more about side effects and things like that. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm going to fairly close to as soon as I can get it. I probably will, because I work in a semi-high risk area. Ziggy, what about you? Do you think 2021 is going to be a return to normal? How are we going to get back?
I don't know, man. It's a long shot here. I mean, they actually have opened some of the theaters around here at minimum capacity. Some of the bars are open, but there's a lot of other things not happening still around here. I don't know. I don't see any indicator that it's just going to be done.
No.
So, and everybody's saying different things, and it doesn't seem like anybody really knows.
I see things slowly returning to normal. Probably around summer, I think things will be a lot better. More people will have gotten the vaccine. Hopefully we've got a better nationwide rollout for the vaccine, because right now it's just kind of being shipped to states, and then the states are being told, yeah, you guys figure it out. There needs to be a little bit more organization to all this. It's kind of crazy. Hopefully people will take the vaccine. I understand the nervousness and hesitance behind not taking a vaccine that was developed in less than 12 months. I get that. But this is not your typical virus, and it's not your typical vaccine either. The vaccine was created in a different way. The vaccine is not using a portion of the actual virus as an ingredient. It's based more on antibodies and treatments rather than like the flu vaccine, which actually puts a small, safer dose of the flu virus in your system. This vaccine doesn't do that. It's a completely different technique. That's why it was able to be developed a lot sooner, from what I've read. Once the virus has kind of started being controlled, do you expect people to still wear masks? Or will they just completely be done with those? Colonel, what do you think?
The facts, we can't get everybody to wear their masks now. Tells me it's completely done with. Bring numbers of people wearing masks now will probably go down.
Right.
In the future. I mean, I'll be honest, I hate wearing a fucking mask, but I wear it everywhere I go. Fuck, I have to wear it 8 hours a day, 6 days a week at work. There's a reason why this is trimmed down. As I grow it out, I have a permanent fucking curve in my beard from where I wear a fucking mask all day. It's just
looking like an Oompa Loompa and shit.
Yeah.
The ones that are very adamant, though, about wearing masks and even kind of forceful about others wearing masks, which I'm not necessarily opposed to. Do you think they'll continue to wear them after this has kind of come down a little bit to manageable numbers?
No, because let's be honest, majority of the people doing that are just on their fucking moral high horse. Hey, let's be honest, not all of them. We know the society is today. Look at me, look at me. You're right, I'm wrong.
The reason I ask that is, in China and then even Asian people that live over here in America, you'll see them out in public, even way before this. They go out in public wearing masks all the time. There are a few Asian people I know here everywhere they go, even before this all started.
They face tons of shit like this all the time, though, and they just happen to contain it. This one got out, so I mean, they've been facing shit like this for fucking decades. So that's how long I've known, and friends that have been stationed over there. They wear a mask because it's just they're so fucking concentrated with the populations around there.
Right.
If it does break out, everybody fucking gets it. And then look, this one really got out, and it was really potent enough to hang around and fuck everybody up. So
well, and you just mentioned it. That population is a shit ton of people crammed in a small area. Like even the flu is so much worse of a problem over there than it is here, because in most of America, we're spread out. Yes, we have our metropolitan hotspots and big population centers, but the flyover states, you're spread out, and the flu's not a huge problem in that area. But man, in China, it's crazy. The masks help over there. I don't know. I expect a small percentage of our country to continue to wear masks even after it's kind of deemed safe, however you want to put it. I don't expect it to be deemed safe until probably August or later. I'm hoping things start kind of becoming normal again. May, June, we can start going to restaurants and theaters, a little more crowded by that point. I don't know if we're ever going to get back to normal, what we were doing before.
For me, when the concerts come back and shit, the big theaters, big stadium concerts, that's a big indicator that things are turning the right way.
A few bands that I've seen are starting to announce 2021 tours, but they're not sure what the capacity is going to be. They're not sure what the guidelines are going to be yet. They're just trying to get back out there and continue to tour. We got to figure out what 2021 is going to be like. We're here along with the ride with you. So let us know what you think in the comments. If there's anything that we can do to help facilitate it. That's going to wrap it up for Stories Around the Campfire and the show. So we're going to send you out with these thoughts in mind. Join us every Monday on Facebook and YouTube for Monday Maniacs. Our next topic is going to be small creatures, like furballs, like critters and leprechauns and things of that nature. We're going to rank our top 5 movies that involve small creatures. Tune in every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook and YouTube for Monday Maniacs, where you can be part of the conversation with the Death Curse Society. Colonel!
Speaking of Facebook and YouTube, if you haven't already, be sure to follow or like our page on Facebook, Death Curse Society. If you're watching us, you're already watching us on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell. Get any updates when we bring out new material, including Monday Maniacs when we go live. We're also on Instagram and Twitter. Be sure to follow us there. But if you're extra lazy, do us a favor. Go to our new and improved designed website, deathcursesociety.com. There you can get all your one-stop shopping for everything Death Curse Society. It looks fan-fucking-tastic. Check it out.
Ziggy.
The burning question of 21. Are you DCS? And you can answer emphatically, yes, I am, with your very own Death Curse Society t-shirt. Oh, yes, we have the classic logo, And we have the Loomis, where you can flash your Loomis. Death has come to your little town. It's the Death Curse Society, motherfuckers. And we're here. And you can show everybody too. We've got them. Small through extra large, $20. Double X through 5X, $25. You know, a little more fabric, a little more ink. It makes sense. All you have to do is hit me, Zigzag, at paypal.me/zigzag is DCS. Put down your shirt, your size, and your address. I'm the guy shipping it to you, and I get them right out. Ask anybody. We've got a 100% success rate, and then you can say that indeed you are DCS.
Our next episode, folks, is going to be January 28th. We're going to have a review of Hunted, which debuts on Shudder very soon. So stay tuned for that, and we'll probably have a whole lot more to talk about. Here's hoping. That's it for the show this time around, though. Thanks for tuning in. For the Colonel, for Zigzag, this is Red Crank saying DCS out. We'll see you next time. Woo!
Woo! Don't storm the Capitol.
Fuck you! And man, before you go storming the Capitol, no. And man, before you go storming the Capitol, fuck, why can I not say this today? Capitol?
That's beautiful.
I'm making up new words here. Thank you for continuing my joke.
You're welcome. In case no one got it.
I know, somebody out there is not going to get it, so I appreciate you helping them. That's my normal line that I use at karaoke. If someone's like, oh, because he did that. And I'm like, yeah, thanks, Todd, for explaining my joke for him. Isn't that in the Bible, the bearded menace?
Never read the fucking thing.
Well, it should be.
Let's be real.
We need that rim shot in here immediately.
Well, this show, I can edit that in.
I know. That's what I mean right there. Wackiest show on the air. Oh, my God. Either that or fire yourself. Fuck.
Hopefully, in 2021, we get to go back to the cons. Hold on, let me do that again.
Cons. Chicago. That's get. That's get. Yo. God damn it. Fucking Roscoe Pico train over here. What the fuck?